And next to speak to you is Michael Lukesch from Valanx Biotech. Please welcome Michael.
Hi. Healing. You want and need it desperately when you're ill. Healing for a cancer patient means getting very sick. Chemotherapy hits everything in the hope that the cancer dies before the patient. Well, often that's just not achieved. To better target the cancer, scientists use proteins called antibodies. Antibodies are able to recognize the cancer and then bind to it, kind of like a magnet binds to metal. However, in and of themselves, they're often useless, and after having bound, they just sit there, kind of dead in the water. We need to superpower these antibodies. This is exactly what we do by attaching therapeutic drugs to them. The antibodies are then able to shuttle these therapeutic drugs only to the cancer. The result is reduced or even no side effects. The beautiful thing about this, missed a slide there, I'm sorry. The beautiful thing about this is that it works. This is the picture of a 63-year-old patient before and after treatment with a superpowered antibody. The cancer is gone after a 2-month course. Not so beautiful. These drugs are insanely expensive, and there is only 2 of those on the market. Why? Well, it's a simple question, and there's a simple answer. They're incredibly difficult to make. Current technologies cannot control how many of these drugs end up on the antibody. So what you get is a mixture of different antibodies with different numbers of drugs attached to them. Talk to the FDA or a pharmaceutical company about this, and you get a single response. It is a huge mess. Regulatory approval is a nightmare since you're not dealing with a defined drug species. Making the drug is complicated and expensive since you have to make sure it's the same mixture every time. Valanx Biotech is a technology that lets you make a single defined antibody with a defined number of drugs attached to it. The process is very straightforward. This enables us to make these drugs at a 50-fold reduced cost compared to our closest competitor. We is my co-founder. I wish this clicker was healed, sorry. We is my co-founder Patrick and myself. Patrick has been working with our technology for the last 5 years and has continuously perfected it, and he's a gifted and tenacious scientist. I have experience in communication and team leadership, and I'm also a scientist. Together, Patrick and I bring blood, sweat, tears, and a lot of enthusiasm to this company. We need you and your money to superpower us to hit our next milestones. We're asking for 300,000 euros over the next 18 months. Together with a 180,000 euro research grant that we already have, we will develop bacterial and mammalian production systems for our technology. After this, our goal is to source 2 licensing agreements with pharmaceutical companies. Why should you give us money? Because we can make it work for you. In the last 3 months, we've filed a patent that protects our technology. We have scaled up the synthesis of our proprietary amino acid to a 50-gram batch, and we've sold this for 3,000 euros to a market leader. Additionally, we've made history and produced the cheapest protein conjugate to date. We're committed to this company because we really want to see patients healed so that they can go back to being happy, if not as a clam, then at least happy as this cat. We are Valanx Biotech. We superpower proteins. We don't have the cure for cancer, but we've got one of the keys. Help us to unlock cures for cancer. Thank you.
Thanks, Michael. I guess the question is, what's in the jar?
Is that real amino acids in that jar?
I have to admit, no, it's flour. But it was dodgy to bring a white powder through the customs, you know. They ask questions.
So this is amazing. This is surely the effects of chemo is one of the biggest problems in medicine at the moment. Yeah. And you're basically taking this antibody, like a Peter Parker, is that Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Antibody, and turning him into Spider-Man by adding like superpowers to it and then just sending him to go and kill just the cancer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a targeted therapy.
And you can put a backpack on depending on what kind of cancer it is to make sure it's specific?
Yes, that's one of the goals. And especially with our technology, since we bring down the cost even more, this would be a way to go, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Incredible. I have one amino acid fact. That's the only one I know. And it's that the first one that was found was asparagine or something like that. It was found in asparagus, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
And some people think maybe it's the thing that makes your urine smell when you eat asparagus.
It definitely is, yeah.
Yeah, that's as highbrow as I get.
Is that true, Michael? He's nodding. You might know.
There's science for you.
Lovely.
Thanks for the association.
Thank you very much, Michael.
Thank you.